When planning communications, determining the number of communication channels is one step you may consider. Knowing the size of your communication network may help you determine the frequency and best methods of communication for your project. The formula for determining the number of communication channels is pretty straightforward. You take the number of people on the team and multiply it by one less than the number of people on the team, then divide that number by 2. Before we do a calculation, can you think about why we might multiply n, the number of people on the team, by n minus 1, or 1 less than the number of people on the team? You may pause the video at any time to determine the answer, and then resume the video when you're ready to hear the correct answer. If you said it is because we don't talk to ourselves, yes, that is pretty much it. We assume that a communication channel will run from everyone on the team to everyone else on the team. Now, why would we divide by 2? You can pause now and resume when you're ready. If you said it is because the flow of communication is bidirectional, that is also correct. Nice job. When you and another team member communicate with one another, you share one communication channel. Let's apply this formula to a team of 5 people. How many communication channels are there? Feel free to pause the video at any time and resume when you're ready. If you determine that there are 10 communication channels in a team of 5 people, you are correct. You would multiply the 5 team members by the 4 other team members to give you 20. You would then divide 20 by 2, resulting in 10 communication channels. Let's try another example. Now you have a team of 11 people. How many communication channels are there? If you'd like more time to think about your answer, just pause the video and resume when you're ready. If you determine that there are 55 communication channels in a team of 11 people, you are correct. You would multiply the 11 team members by the 10 other team members, which results in 110. You would then divide that by 2, resulting in 55 communication channels. One thing you may determine is that the number of communication channels grows exponentially as we add team members. This is why it is often preferable to keep team sizes manageable. It will help you to avoid communication pitfalls. You may be finding this formula to be quite simple and wondering, is this all there is to it? Well, there are actually a couple tricky scenarios that you may encounter, and it would be helpful to know what they are. Beware of the use of the word other. It may seem innocent enough, but what a difference it can make. There are 6 people on the team. N equals 6. But if there are 6 other people on the team, N now equals 7. Remember, you must count yourself, and if you are working with 6 other people, your team size is actually 7. Also, be aware of the word more or less to indicate that a team size has changed. For example, there are 6 people on the team. 3 more people are added. How many more communication channels are there? This requires 2 calculations to solve the problem. You cannot just subtract n equals 6 from n equals 9. That will give you the wrong answer. So the first step is to calculate for n equals 9. That will tell us how many communication channels there are now. What answer do you get? You may pause the video at any time to determine the answer and then resume the video when you're ready to hear the correct answer. If you said 36, you are correct. You would multiply the 9 team members by the 8 other team members. That gives you 72. Then you divide 72 by 2, resulting in 36 communication channels. The next step is to calculate for n equals 6 to figure out how many communication channels there were before. What do you get? Feel free to pause the video at any time and resume when you're ready. If you said 15, nice job. You would multiply the 6 team members by the 5 other team members, which equals 30. You would then divide by 2, resulting in 15 communication channels. Now the final step is to subtract the previous number of communication channels from the number of current communication channels to answer the question, how many more communication channels are there? 36 minus 15 equals 21. There are 21 more communication channels now. This same logic can be used whether your team gains or loses members. In summary, calculating communication channels will help you to determine how complex your communication network is, and then to tailor your communication methods to enhance communication on your project team and among stakeholders. As members are added, the number of communication channels grows exponentially. The project manager must keep this in mind when planning an effective communication strategy.